Hello there. Welcome to Alchemy and the God of War. I am your host, Stephen School. This is my crocus of Mars. You might call it saffron of Mars. Other people have mentioned rust in alchemy, especially in my book reviews on Amazon. They don't seem happy to see rust in alchemy. However, I beg to differ. My opinion, I'm going to give you my opinion. So, here we go. Iron, broken down in the dry path of alchemy with heat, in the wet path of alchemy with a liquid. In the ancient times, dew was used, as well as rainwater. More modern alchemists, such as Theophrastus Paracelsus, substituted vinegar. Much more simpler. Mars in alchemy is associated with the metal iron. Alchemical manuscripts, such as those attributed to Nicholas Flamel and other alchemists, may mention saffron of Mars, crocus of Mars, the red man, or even the god of war, among other names, in their alchemical writings. The dry path of alchemy involved roasting ores with heat. The wet path utilized dew, or sometimes even rainwater. Some alchemists substituted vinegar for the wet path alchemy model of this work. I myself prefer vinegar because it's much easier than collecting dew, and it can be done much more often than it rains. And rainwater is not always pure with all the smog and pollution in the skies. But vinegar consists normally of 5% acetic acid and 95% distilled water. Therefore, it has a high level of purity and acts as a mild dissolving agent, which, in my opinion, would speed the work. Could speed the work. But what was this secret work of alchemy done for? Why did alchemists use code names such as the God of War to hide their work, or the Red Man, and associate it with the red planet Mars? Why did they hide their works? Why did they use a dry path of alchemy utilizing heat to break down metallic ores such as iron, or even others, or a wet path? A wet path. What would a wet path of alchemy do to the metal iron? It would cause it to rust, to break down, to deteriorate, to speed that which nature does in the earth's crust, in the mines, in the gold mines. Breaking it down. Speeding a process that nature does on its own through alchemy. So why were these secret works of alchemy done? Since I have been studying as well as performing these alchemical works, this reminds me of the Paracelsus quote, wherein he spoke about people will never know the secrets of our art if they have not put their hand to the fire. What he meant was, if you haven't done the alchemical experiments, then you really can't get into a good depth of understanding them. It's one thing to read about them in books, but to do the experiments as well, and then contemplate. To study, experiment, and contemplate. These three things together, in my opinion, have given me a deeper understanding of the secrets of alchemy. When the metal iron, and this is my opinion, from my experience, my studying, my experiments, my contemplation, when the metal iron is broken down through heat, as in a dry path of alchemy, or moisture, as in a wet path of alchemy, this may leave us or me in a good position to extract and purify its fixed central salt by means of the alchemy recipe solve et coagula, which means to dissolve and coagulate. Centric salt in alchemy is very important. Many alchemical manuscripts speak of a philosophical or sophic calcination, wherein alchemists burn with water, not fire. There are at least two calcinations in alchemy, one with fire and one with water. A philosophical calcination. These could represent a dry path of alchemy and a wet path of alchemy. A philosophical calcination, breaking down a metallic ore through liquid being added to it, replicating nature's process of rusting the iron in the Earth's crust, breaking it down, releasing its fixed centric salt. And since I have this out and looking at it, it appears, in my opinion, that it needs another imbibition. It is not fully broken down yet. Decomposing the impurities through rusting, decomposition caused by water and oxygen, breaking down the material, releasing its fixed central salt, so I can get the salt of iron for my alchemy, not for consumption. Do not try this at home. This is Alchemy of Stephen's School. This information represents my opinions. It is not advice of any type. Subscribe for updates. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.